Today I fucked up accidentally called a woman I liked kind of cute. There is a woman I like at this gaming group I attend that typically has 10-20 people each event. I find her attractive, she's funny, is intelligent, and has a very relaxed vibe to her that I like, and is also pretty shy. I decided to finally ask her out. I always help the hosts clean up after, and while carrying stuff out to the car I ended up alone with her. I asked if she wanted to do something this weekend. She asked what I meant, and I said, I think you're kind of cute, and would like to take you out to lunch. She said, no thank you, and seemed really embarrassed. I feel really shitty, and am worried that future events are gonna be really uncomfortable for her. TLR called I girl I've had a crush on for a while, kind of cute, and embarrassed her. Worried she's gonna be really uncomfortable at future events. Better than, today I fucked up by not asking out a woman I like and who I think is cute. Best advice I can give is it won't be weird unless you make it weird. Keep hanging out same as you have been, don't dwell on it. And, not saying this is the case and certainly don't get your hopes up, but there could be a lot of reasons she said no, and it may not be solely about you. Sometimes the timing is just not right. Not really an F up. You gave it your shot. If it was meant to be then she would have reacted differently. Dude, you shot your shot, that's all that mattered. The title made it sound like the phrasing was the problem, which sure maybe it could have been better. But yeah, I'm sorry, it sounds like she just isn't interested. Might be awkward in the future, just be chill about it, don't pressure or make a big deal about it or anything like that, just act normal and it should be okay. I think most people would respect the effort and confidence and be flattered even if they aren't interested as long as you take the L gracefully. It'll be uncomfortable if you make it uncomfortable. Don't bring it up ever again. Just treat her like a normal person and the awkwardness will pass. Don't corner her and ask her why, or make reference to how she rejected you to the group, or be rude to her, or try again without very clear signals that the feeling is mutual. Not that you wouldn't, but you don't have to explain yourself later or avoid her or stop going to the events or anything my anxiety would be telling me to do. You shot your shot, you were respectful, and you have a cool group of people to hang out with. Today I fucked up, the nurses and doctor were very annoyed. This was not today but a couple years ago. I had to get a colonoscopy and endoscopy, they either twilighted me or put me under, I can't remember. Either way I was out. Well, when I first got there everyone was so kind and caring. My veins were particularly tricky that day and they had to cover my arms with a hot towel to get my IV in. Well, the time came and they wheeled me in the room, put this spray in my throat and put a tube holder thing in my mouth. They told me to count backwards from 10 and I was out by 7. Now here's the foo. I think I was loud maybe? I faintly remember possibly yelling. I'm not sure, but after I was fully awake everyone changed their tune. The doctor and the nurses were very cold towards me, like I was annoying or the worst person ever. I have no idea what I said or did coming out of anesthesia. I just want to apologize for anything I did or said that made them so angry, upset at me. Never had the chance. What in the world did I do? I'm sorry to all the nurses and doctors out there if and when I need to go back under. Too long did not read. Before I went under anesthesia everyone was so kind. After I fully awakened everyone was cold, angry. Probably would have been smart to ask them if something had happened while you were there. Although most of the time doctors, nurses are used to anesthesia causing adverse behaviors upon waking up, so I can't see why they'd be rude to you. The whole team was like, you know what would be hilarious? Anesthesia does some weird things. When I went under, I swear one of the doctors grabbed his glove, snapped it and said, let's do this. Something like the Todd would do. It was probably my mind as that was the last thing I remember. Didn't remember the count, if there was one, or anything, just that moment and then waking up in the recovery room. Anesthesia can cause hallucinations, so who knows what happened. I just think of it in a way that when you're heavily medicated, you're not, you. As a side note, same hospital stay, I was on Dilaudid. During that time I never felt the need to say thank you or please to nurses when I needed help. I later felt so bad, the drugs made me an asshole, which I try not to be in RL. I'm a nurse, fuck them. People say all kinds of things when, as they go under. I was put under once for surgery. You know how you wake up from a dream and remember it clearly? My dream during the surgery was of me fighting to come off of the table during the procedure and having to be restrained. To this day, I don't know if it was a dream or it really happened, because when I mentioned it to the doctor he totally deflected my apology by saying that they were accustomed to dealing with all kinds of situations during surgery. If my dream was real, I sincerely apologize to everyone who has to deal with situations like that while helping people. When I was 18 I had surgery and the last thing I remember is telling one nurse, doctor, anesthesiologo to not look at my dick once I was out, but then turning to the other and saying she could because she was hot. I still remember the sad look of disgust from both of them as I drifted off, and I cringe about this memory every time I think about it.